good people? How are you? And how have you been doing? We are back to our channel where we keep it real, where we inform you, we inspire you, and more so, we educate you. I'm Moravi, your life coach, by the grace of God. So today, iko nini? What do we have with Coach today? We have had a series of learning about expectations. If you go to our previous videos, we handled expectations in relations to our emotions and failed expectations. We also discussed on unrealistic and negative expectations. Remember, we said that we can expect from others and also we can expect from ourselves, and we discussed all that. So today we want to conclude and ask ourselves, is it right to have expectations? Does it work for us when we have set expectations? Remember, expectations are quite different from goals, because when we talk about expectations, it's something that you really have an aim of achieving, and in most times you're not flexible about that. You really know and you really expect that things are going to work your way, and so it leaves us with no chance of flexibility. And so if you follow our previous videos, then you're able to come into this conclusion video and understand where you are in terms of what you've been expecting with other people, in terms of what you've been expecting from yourself. And now you're able to conclude, do I continue expecting or do I let go of the expectations? And today I want to say, as Coach Ann, that we let go of our expectations. Remember, we said that our expectations affect our thinking, our imaginations, our attitudes and beliefs, and also how we interact with other people. And if you think about, maybe give yourself an example of something that you really had expectations over, and something that you really were sure that it will, go your way. How did it make you feel when it didn't work your way? When we talked about failed expectations, and we talked about unrealistic expectations and negative expectations, all those kinds of expectations had one thing in common: they affect us either negatively or positively, depending on the outcome. So most of the times we get disappointed through ourselves or by others. And the reason as to why we encounter such disappointments is not because others have failed us, or is not because others, if I put it this way, it's not because they had planned to disappoint us. But looking intensely, it could be that we over-expected. We had so much of unrealistic expectations, expectations that were not, that were negative towards them or towards ourselves. Because remember, we said expectations could be what you expect of yourself. So today, let us ask ourselves, is it worth to keep expecting, or do we let go our expectations? Remember, we said in our previous videos that expectations influence our focus and also our attention. Meaning, whatever you expect, your thoughts, your behavior, your attitudes, your perception, and your perspective, and also your interaction with other people is in line with your expectations. So what do I mean? Most of the times when we get disappointed, we could be disappointed with ourselves, or with others. When we get disappointed, it's because things did not go as per how we wanted them to go. And most are the times when we really cannot blame others for disappointing us, because maybe we had expected too much, or maybe we had unrealistic expectations, or we had negative expectations. And remember, we said that both unrealistic and negative expectations end up to failed expectations. Meaning, in most times, we get disappointed because we over-expected. And meaning others, most of the time, they don't have anything to do with our disappointments. When you look down inside of you, you're able to realize that you may have over-expected, you may have had unrealistic expectations over them. And this is what my take is. If then, as we spoke in our first series, that if your emotions be negative towards a certain expectation, if you're not in charge and in guard of your emotions towards a certain expectation, or if you don't have enough information or enough in evidence to make you hope for whatever you're looking forward for, then it is wrong to have expectations from people or from yourself. Because you always must ask yourself, is what I'm expecting real? Am I sure that the circumstances at hand are going to lead me to the achievement of whatever I'm expecting? Do I have enough knowledge or enough expertise or enough exposure that is in line with supporting whatever I'm expecting? If not so, then it means your mind is not sure whether you're going to achieve your expectation. And so, giving an example, most of the times we expect that our loved ones cannot disappoint us in one way or another. But are their thoughts the same as how we expect of them, what we expect of them rather? Are their thoughts in line with what we expect of them? This is why when they don't do, or when they do something that disappoints you, something you're not really seeing, something you didn't have a clue that could happen to you through them, you didn't see it coming. That's when now you get frustrated, you get hurt, you get disappointed. You feel so deeply wounded because you never thought or expected that they could have done that to you. And this is when you find people saying that I never thought you can do that to me. Because most of the times that we are very loyal to other people, and our degree of loyalty is so high, our expectations from them on the same is that they would, they have the same loyalty towards us. But then again, given different circumstances, you realize most people will not be loyal to you. And most of the times, you get what you didn't deserve from them or what you didn't expect from them. Meaning, expectations limit us to a certain level. Expectations only limit us to a certain level. Let me give you a good example. If you expect to earn 100,000 in a month, for example, from your business, and if you're lucky enough or blessed enough to get those results, and so you're able now to get that 100,000 that you expected to earn, if you get that 100,000, in most times you settle at that point. And so it means that we are limited to our target. We cannot surpass because our minds were set to achieving the 100,000. So what I would say for me is that expectations limit us to a certain level. Expectations will not allow you to surpass your target or to surpass your expectation. Number two, what I'd say is that expectations makes us subject ourselves to too much pressure or subject others to too much pressure because you want yourself or you want others to achieve, and you don't want lesser than what you expect from them. And that is why we said back in our videos of unrealistic expectation, given the same circumstances, would you give the same results that you're expecting from others? Are you unrealistic about what you expect of others? Sometimes we subject also ourselves to certain kind of pressure, and we are not, we are not in that position to achieve what we expect of ourselves. And so my point is, we pressure ourselves, and that is when now you get disappointed over yourself, you get disappointed with how you're performing, with your business, with your children, or with even your close circles, because you are now maybe having unrealistic expectations over something that you cannot achieve, over something that others also cannot achieve. So you pressure yourself and pressure others as well. So number three, what expectations does? Expectations makes us, like I said, get disappointed. You get disappointed because you did not achieve, or because it was too high for you to achieve, or because others didn't do it your way. So what am I trying to say here? That in life, it's good to be flexible. In life, it's good to allow life flow. Let life flow without having too much expectations over things that maybe others are not in a position to deliver to us, or we are not also in the position to deliver. Let me give you another example of our politicians. When we are having elections like we are headed to here in Kenya, and we get so many promises from our politicians. We also get so many promises through their manifestos and what have you. But when these people get in, when tunapowachagua, ni mara ngapi after sasa washapata hizo viti, do they really deliver everything that they said? And so we get disappointed. And by the time their term is ending up, we don't even want to think about them because we feel that our expectations in these people are failed. And so what would I say, guys? That it is only fair not to pressure yourself, not to pressure others, not to expect that which you even can, deliver and exceed, not to limit yourself to whatever you can deliver. Not to be in a situation that is limiting you and limiting your potential, because you are in a position to even do exceedingly beyond what you have expected, guys. And so this is a brain opener, that let us flow with life. Let us not have so much expectations from people, because when they don't meet up to whatever we have expected from them, then we become disappointed and we become hurt, guys. Let us flow with life, and let us appreciate those small steps and those small achievements that we have made in our lives. And this does not mean that we don't, work with goals. This is different. But even when you're working with goals, let us be flexible. And let us always be careful to allow room for errors, because you're human and you're not perfect. And so this is not a pessimistic, kind of a talk. This is a realistic talk to show us that we need to be compassionate with ourselves, and not expect too much that will only leave us breaking and leave us at a point where we are disappointed, frustrated, under pressure, and sick. Guys, you need to follow this series of expectations with Anne Moredi, your coach, by the grace of God. And of course, I'm hoping that you're going to like these videos and share, comment, and also subscribe. Till next time, guys, it is bye-bye from me. Thank you so much.